Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, How to Stop Manifesting Separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Hi Pile 1, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing another pick a card love reading, tapping in and channeling through your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards you. So it's one of those readings I do every week just to kind of, keep a gauge on the pulse of your guys' connection with your person. And just keep in mind it's a general, so, whatever resonates, take it, do whatever you want with it. If something isn't resonating, just drop it and leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. Are some of you seeing like cardinals? I just saw a really beautiful red cardinal outside of my window. So that might be like a spirit totem for you to check into, or that's just letting you guys know, that might be a sign to let you know that this is your pile, red cardinal, okay? Again, just leave, whatever doesn't resonate, just leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. And I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. All the booking details can be found in the description box below. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. And I actually added a couple more $25 readings to that category. And I'm probably going to look to be adding more. So go check it out, okay? Let's see. Pile 1, you guys were drawn to the flashy, is that pink or purple? I'm not quite sure. The Labradorite heart, okay? Looks more pinky gold. Champagne, what do they call that? Champagne rose gold or something like that. That might be somebody's favorite color here. We got, let's see, okay, so your person's main overall default energy towards you in this connection, we have them showing up in the energy of the crow, and that's being clarified by the Page of Swords with kyanite. And so your person, Pile 1, they feel this connection in their bones. This isn't just attraction or curiosity to your person, it's something deeper. Your person's drawn to you in a way that goes beyond logic, beyond what makes sense. For your person, this is a connection that pulls at them, maybe like pulls at them spiritually. It feels potent to them, mysterious even. like there's something more going on beneath the surface, something they can't fully explain, but they definitely feel. They might not always show it though, but there is a part of your person that sees this bond as something special, even magical. Something about timelines is coming through, past, present, and future. It's like this connection for your person, it's something that like haunts them, or it could haunt them. It's definitely not a connection to be forgotten. So the problem with this, and there's kind of a caveat coming through, a catch, is that this energy only really works when, you know, the mind is clear. And right now with the Page of Swords in the reverse and that kyanite, for whatever reason, they're not clear about something, or they may not be fully clear about the connection itself. So with the Page of Swords reversed here, this person's in their head, okay? They're not clear when it comes to something about this connection. So they might be watching you. Why am I hearing gathering intel? That's a weird way of putting it. So they could be watching you, you know, on social media, keeping tabs on you somehow, even if it's energetically, right? But they're not, whatever it is they're thinking and they're feeling, they're not communicating it honestly or openly. Their thoughts about you and this connection feel very cluttered, possibly anxious, possibly even paranoid at times. Yeah, so, you know, with the Crow here, and well, actually the Crow and the Page of Swords, both of these energies, there's a curiosity coming through here with your person when it comes to this connection. There is an almost kind of a wonder that your person has, like, you know, they sit and they think a lot about your guys' past, present, and future, like what was, what is now, and what might possibly could, you know, still could be. So yeah, they're curious when it comes to you. This might be why they're kind of going on this. Why am I hearing information dump? Your person, for whatever reason, oh, okay, because like their thoughts, whatever information they're getting about you, it's weird. I'm picking up almost images and sensations of your person just, oh, they might fall into some kind of a rabbit hole when it comes to you. I wouldn't put it past your person in this energy to actually have done some kind of a background check on you. But the thing is, though, is they're not expressing any of this. That doesn't feel like they're really taking any action, because they're tangled up in overthinking. They're overanalyzing, almost to the point of like paralyzing, right? Being paralyzed. So it's like, instead of moving towards you with intention, it's like they're mentally spinning out. With the Page of Swords in the reverse here and that kyanite, that could be due to your person's throat chakra being blocked, not feeling free or clear to speak their truth. They may not even know what their truth is when it comes to this connection. Their energy feels very ungrounded. And there's something could be happening here with just communication and your guys' connection overall. This could be a dynamic where your person feels more comfortable. I'm getting kind of the impression of somebody that prefers text over, like, you know, FaceTiming or video chat or just talking on the phone. That could be because your person feels like maybe they have a tendency maybe to over explain themselves, maybe put their foot in their mouth, and it could just be they feel it like they want to articulate themselves correctly, and so they communicate. I'm getting the sense of somebody that just communicates better over written messages than they do like live and in person, right, in real time. There's a sense here that your person, you know, they may have some things they want to say, but they're just, they don't feel ready, and they possibly may not feel safe, or like they don't, like they're not given the green light, or they don't feel like they have the green light to say something. So they just kind of, they stay silent, and they stay stuck in a loop of what ifs and spiritual static. So, I mean, overall, where your person stands, like their primary energy towards you, like what they default to, I'm hearing somebody that just feels more comfortable kind of being in the background and in the shadows. They do feel this connection very deeply, and they may not know to put it in these words, but it could be something that they're feeling that's very spiritual, karmic, or even soul level. But instead of acting from a space of grounded, like inner knowing, they're stuck watching from the sidelines. So your person is feeling very mentally overwhelmed, emotionally scattered, and unsure of how to express what they are feeling. They do believe in this connection, but they don't trust it. They don't trust themselves. That's what's going on here. So they hang back. They stay quiet, just stuck in overthinking, and maybe even they might be hypersensitive. And you, pile one, you might be picking up on your person's energy, because this is a loud energy, right? Crows can be very loud. And so even if your person is staying quiet in terms of like not 3D vocalizing this, I do feel like this is an energy that you're picking up on. It's a pretty strong energy. Yeah, all right, we'll head into their actual thoughts and feelings. Pile one's person, what's your true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile? What did I just see? Hold on, you guys. Yeah, okay. Do I want to, no, I'm not going to take that. I'm going to make sure. I saw one card that was flipped up facing me. But we'll go ahead and just reset the deck. Okay, pile one's person. Pile one's person's honest, true thoughts and feelings towards pile one. Oh yeah. Let's get more. It even says enjoying the silence, okay? There's fear or a sense of anxiety, though, that's coming through with that card. It's not necessarily coming from a space of your person just not wanting to talk to you. That's not it at all. They want to talk to you. And there is even energies that your person has some things that they might want to say, but whatever anxiety or anxiousness they feel, insecurities are coming through as well. It's like those voices are even louder. And so, you know, if they're keeping distance, it's just because that's where they feel safe. They could be keeping their distance because of their own internal noise when it comes to this connection. There we go. It says, I'm afraid of losing you. There could be an inner struggle going through with your person too, especially for those of you where there's been a disconnect here, a separation here, a breakup here. You know, an inner struggle of your person wanting to reach out, wanting to reconnect, wanting to touch base, you know, catch up and all that stuff. And then there's, you know, an opposite side of that that feels like it's even stronger than their desire to reach out. There's an opposite end of that spectrum where there's anxiety, like, you know, maybe a fear of rejection that is coming through. And so it's like the fear is louder than the faith. And so that's what they're listening to, is fear, okay? But with I'm afraid of losing you here, this almost feels like I'm hearing a losing battle. Let's see, let's get a few more. Pile one's person, honest, true thoughts and feelings towards pile one. so we have, I want the same as you, done with third parties and always checking your social media. Yeah, that's there. That's definitely there. Okay, so yeah, your person's keeping tabs on you. Okay, for those of you, they're keeping tabs on you through, I'm hearing multiple platforms. If you're active on multiple social media platforms, they're on more than just one of your platforms. Okay, I'm hearing for some of you, there's a platform that you're most active on, but they're following. I'm hearing all of them, okay? So for those of you with, who are active on social media, or like your person is monitoring, okay, your activity on social media. They're keeping a close eye on you guys, pile one. Look at the bottom of the deck. See, trust issues, I knew it. Always in the background, okay? Bottom of the deck energy, trust issues with your person is always in the background, and that's what's getting in the way of, your person in this connection. Right now, I feel like they're ruminating over whether or not to contact you. And then if they do contact you, it's like they're ruminating over what to say, right? How to say it. Are there, there's certain things, messages that they're thinking about sharing with you. And actually, I am going to be releasing messages from your person, pick a card reading, probably going to be posted like maybe next week or something. So you might want to check that out, because there are some messages that I can feel in your person's field that they're wanting to say to you, but they are so overthinking and overanalyzing. And so there's like multiple almost traps that your person is having to overcome just to reach out and make contact with you. And, and then beyond that, it was like, okay, I reach out. What do I say? What do I not say? Do I say it in this way or not? You know what I mean? I mean, just way overthinking. Okay. But out on the board, we have, you make me feel like royalty. Sorry, you make me feel like royalty. Enjoying the silence. I'm afraid of losing you. I want the same as you. Done with third parties and always checking your social media. And then back of the deck, we have trust issues. That's what's coloring this whole thing, okay? Your person has trust issues just overall, but this feels like maybe they're not trusting themselves. Why aren't they trusting themselves? So the fact that your person opened up this reading with you make me feel like royalty, they're letting you know you're not the problem. You're not the issue. In fact, you're showing up for this person in a way that makes them feel like so important. I'm hearing so top shelf, okay, top shelf. So it's not you. It's not anything that you said or did wrong. It's your person. For some of you, there is a little bit of an energy coming through of, for those of you where this resonates, an apology, wanting to apologize. It's not the strongest of energies, but it's there for those of you where, this person might owe you an apology for something. And that's also coming through your person recognizing and acknowledging that there's an apology that they need to, funnel your way. Okay, that's them taking accountability and responsibility for something that they might have said or done. And if that's the case for those of you where that resonates, that might be why your person is so overthinking and second guessing, what to say when they reach out. Okay, so there's already an energy here, pile one. If you and your person are in separation, there is a want, need, and even a desire coming from your person to communicate, to reach out. Okay, I'm even picking up on the intention. The intention is there. Now, whether or not there's an intense inner battle going on with your person as to, that is obscuring the win. I do feel like this is communication for the vast majority of you that are tuning into pile one. You are going to hear from your person. The win, though, is always kind of hanging in the balance, because your person keeps going back and forth between what ifs, what if not. What if I say this and then pile one responds this way? It's like, I'm telling you, they're overthinking and overanalyzing. Tell me about enjoying the silence, please. enjoying the silence being clarified by the Three of Cups. Okay. Yeah. There's a couple of messages coming. No, okay, it's not the friend or the partying thing. This is talking about reconciliation. I'm almost feeling like your person has got to get their head wrapped around something before they reach out. Because the Three of Cups can talk about reconciliation and reunion, right? A very celebratory one, a very happy one. Yeah, and then that being clarified by the Two of Pentacles, your person keeps going back and forth, right? Between reaching out and reconnecting and just staying silent. But largely, this is the energy with the Chariot in the reverse. This is the energy that keeps winning out. Your person desiring to reach out, but they don't. Your person keeps getting in their own way is what I'm hearing, okay? Then tell me about I'm afraid of losing you. Is there anything? I think I just saw the Ten of Cups try to make an appearance. So there could be something about afraid of like losing like their chance at their happily ever after. But that card, it wanted to be seen, but it went right back in the deck so quick. And so there might even be, yeah, okay. You are definitely you're an energetic boost to your person. You're a source of hope and inspiration, but I am picking up on some kind of vitality. You kind of inject your person with this sense of vitality. That's, you know, not to say that they're not, yeah, you know, you make your person feel, well, yes, like royalty, right? You make them feel confident. You make them feel worthy. You make them, with the King of Wands here, you make them feel very sexy and attractive and desirable. And they're afraid of losing that. There's a kind of an energy, and it could even be maybe somewhat addictive to your person, that they crave. I'm getting a sense of craving here. It's not coming through as devil energy though, but there is this sense of them like, I don't want to lose, you know, my connection with pile one because it feels so good. But then there's also that other part of them that's like, you know, them getting in their own way, like, you know, cutting the connection off prematurely as if to beat you to the punch, okay? It's not the biggest energy coming through. Your person could be afraid. That could be a fear of theirs, right? And so maybe like their subconscious or their nervous system is kicking into overdrive in terms of like, causing your person to leave you before you leave them. But it feels largely subconscious. Yeah. A lot of you, your people don't even know, or your person doesn't even know that that's what they're doing. What's I want the same as you? Tell me more about that. Oh, look at that. Yes. We had the King of Wands in the upright position come out. Now here's the Queen of Wands, okay? Coming out with the Nine of Cups. Honey, you are wish fulfillment for your person, okay? But they're saying literally, whatever it is, like their wants and their desires for you in this connection, mirror yours exactly. Okay, especially with wish fulfillment here. And so if when you and your person seem to be on the same page, or things are going good, you know, and you want things to go in a certain direction, or you want the dynamic of your connection with your person to be a certain way, pile one, your person is saying, I want the exact same thing, okay? And they feel the exact same way towards you that you feel towards them. Exactly. I'm hearing mirror, okay? Exactly. And so, you know, with the Six of Swords showing up at the bottom of the deck in the upright position, this is your person wanting some kind of a peaceful transition into maybe whatever it is. Like, yeah, they want the same things as you, but they need to be eased into it. Okay, this isn't, I'm not picking up an energy on somebody that just, you know, dives head feet first into the deep end. They're like, no, I'm gonna start off at the stairs, you know, and kind of inch my way, start off, you know what I mean? They want to end up in the deep end in a good way, right? But it's like they're not ready. In fact, I'm feeling somebody's nervous system just fired off when it comes to how deep they want to go in this connection. There's a lot of resistance coming from their subconscious and their nervous system. So, you know, that's just a heads up. Let you know, guys, some insight for you guys. All right, done with third parties. Tell me about that. Yeah, they're just, the fact that the King of Wands came up again to your Queen of Wands or vice versa, it's like they've already found their match. Why do they need third parties for, right? This is your person's thinking. This is actually something that they are consciously thinking. I found my perfect match. What do I need third parties for, right? I found, you know, my king or my queen. And not only did I find my king or my queen, I found the perfect king or queen for me, or royalty, right? Let's see if there's anything to add for trust issues showing up at the bottom of the deck, and then we will close your guys' reading. Tell me about trust issues, please, at the bottom of the deck. Oh, King of Wands showing up again. They doubt themselves, or they doubt their worth sometimes, you know, especially because in the main energy they're in with the Page of Swords in the reverse, your person may feel like they're receiving some kind of treatment from you that makes them feel like royalty. And yes, they enjoy it very much, but there's kind of an underlying issue going on, like coming from your person, like, do I deserve this kind of treatment though? I'm hearing imposter syndrome. Yeah, your person's got a self-worth issue. They also have some very deep-seated, I'm hearing hidden insecurities. And so, why is that hidden? Hidden insecurities. What's that? And then we'll close your guys' reading. Are they not aware of these insecurities? Oh, okay. They're saying that it's hidden because they don't know that they're there until they get triggered. So some of you, okay, some of you, your person's thoughts and feelings, they may have communicated to you at some point, like their thoughts and feelings towards you, or maybe hinted at them their thoughts and feelings towards you, maybe even possibly hinted at, yeah, because we were getting like the past, present, and future. They may have even maybe hinted at some kind of a future that might be possible for the two of you. And they meant it when they said it, and then it came time to follow up, and that's when shit started hitting the fan, so to speak. Because they weren't consciously aware of some deep hidden insecurities, and then once it came to walk out what they have been building up, what they've been talking about to you, their nervous system, their subconscious went haywire, like, you know, yeah. So your person's trust issues that are showing up here is your person not fully believing, even if it's at a very deep subconscious level, that they're not worthy of you and or this kind of connection with you. But what is actually being highlighted is they're not worthy of receiving king or queen treatment. But for many of you, this feels highly subconscious. So this is not even something that many of you, your person is not even aware of. They could be sabotaging, you know, and especially with I'm afraid of losing you, your person can feel this conscious pull towards you. This conscious knowing, like, if I don't contact pile one soon, pile one's probably gonna, you know, forget all about me and move on. But they have an even deeper seated insecurity that stops them from doing that, which is very like self-sabotage, okay? And a lot of that is coming from your person's own, you know, like self-limiting beliefs about themselves and their self-worth. All right, pile one. That was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you guys got from this reading what you came here for, do me a favor if you would. Smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you haven't already done so by hitting the subscribe button, and don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, pile one. Pile two, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing another Pick a Card Love reading. We are tapping in and channeling through your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards you and towards this connection. So this is one of those weekly readings that I do, and it just serves as like an energetic check-in to kind of help you keep the pulse on what is going on between you and your person. Okay, so just keep in mind, you guys, it is a general reading, so, you know, whatever resonates, take it, run with it, do whatever you want to with it. If something isn't resonating, just drop it, leave it behind for whomever that information is resonating for. All right, you guys, I do have personal readings available. If you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection, just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25, and I recently added more $25 readings. So go check them out, see which one or ones most fit your needs. All right, you guys, we're going to get into your reading. Pile two, you were drawn to the beautiful fire agate heart, which is a kind of carnelian. Capricorn energy coming through with that. Okay, not sure why, but it is. Okay, and then your person's main default energy towards you and towards their connection with you, your guys' connection, is Shark and the Six of Swords. Okay, interesting kind of dichotomy of energies coming through here. Not usually, but I'm picking up on it. Your person knows with the Shark energy that they haven't, something about them possibly not being true to themselves, and they're kind of wanting to transition out of that. Okay, they want to be more direct when it comes to you and to this connection. You know, maybe even a desire to want to be more open with you, but with the Shark energy here, though, it's like not quite. Like, their intentions and what they desire and what they actually end up doing or expressing are like two different things here. So, you know, with the Shark card here, your person is feeling something very powerful, very raw, very real beneath the surface, but they're not acknowledging it. Definitely not acknowledging it to you. Like, they're not really expressing any of this energy outright, but it could very well be your person isn't acknowledging it to themselves either. You know, that's going to be there for some of you. You know, for some of you, yeah, your person is at least acknowledging it to themselves, but for some reason they're holding that knowledge back from you, that information back from you and from this connection. The Shark energy suggests that there is truth or desire within your person that is circling just below the surface, and it is creating tension. Okay, yeah, I'm hearing tension with them, but also tension between the two of you, because there's something I'm hearing that needs to be said. There's something that needs to be said, and they're having a very difficult time actually expressing it. So your person's inherent nature may be to suppress, conceal, or evade what they're thinking and feeling. But it's not because, you know, the feelings aren't there. In fact, this shark nature is here because your person is feeling something very potent between the two of you that makes them feel vulnerable, and they don't feel comfortable feeling vulnerable. And they don't quite know yet. I'm hearing they don't know yet what to think about it, let alone how to communicate it. So some of you, your person may actually be somewhat confused. Yeah, it's like they're feeling the pressure to be honest with themselves and or honest with you. But for now, there's a sense of your person just kind of keeping up with appearances. Like whatever your person is showing you, I feel like there's more beneath the surface. Way more beneath the surface, I'm hearing. But they're not comfortable letting it break the surface yet, okay? With the Six of Swords energy here showing up with Tanzanite, again, the Six of Swords usually speaks about transition, moving away from conflict, you know, an emotional or mental departure of some kind, and even healing. You know, Tanzanite adds a layer of like clarity, third eye clarity, inner truth, maybe even some, sorry, I just got sidetracked. I feel like, okay, some of you, your person may be thinking about texting you here very soon. You know, what's coming through is if your person told you how they honestly thought and felt, you might be shocked. Like maybe even in a good way, right? But they're keeping up on some kind of an appearance that may make it look like there's nothing there beneath the surface, or they're doing everything that they can to keep this connection very surface level. There is some kind of mental or emotional discomfort that your person is feeling in this connection that they're trying to move away from quietly. But they're not doing it in a very clean or conscientious way. Like they're not communicating any of this to you. They're kind of like leaving you out in the dark. They could be in the middle of emotionally distancing themselves. You know, they could be avoiding some kind of a real conversation or a real truth, you know, either like about you or with you or regarding this connection or something like that. Again, it isn't because they don't feel anything. They're just not ready to expose it yet. And, you know, in the energy that's coming through, your person may, for whatever reason, not want to expose their true, honest thoughts and feelings yet. They could also be in the midst of processing or integrating something very important internally. And that process is forcing your person to face things they normally would just keep hidden. I'm seeing a mirror being put in front of your person's face, and they're kind of like cringing away from it. And so something about your guys' connection, their dealings with you, I don't know if you maybe live your life in a certain way that maybe makes your person feel confronted about the way they live life. It could be something about the way you see things. There's something about this connection. Yes, they feel drawn and magnetized to it, but at the same time, it causes your person to feel very uncomfortable about certain aspects about themselves and or like the way they live their life. So bottom line, pile 2, when it comes to, you know, your person's main overall energy towards, you know, you in this connection, they're in a space of internal conflict and or even transition. So their default energy is avoidance, okay, through silence and distance, but not because they don't feel anything, but because they, you know, what they feel might be too intense, too revealing, or even disruptive to confront. They're not in the energy of wanting to confront anything. In fact, the Six of Swords is almost coming through in an energy of wanting to kind of like almost sneak away. Not to the degree to where it feels like a Seven of Swords, where, you know, there's almost that deceptive quality to it, but it's almost like, you know, your person asking themselves, like, you know, how do I go about this in a way that feels comfortable to them, right? Not too revealing, but also not too restricting. I hope that makes sense. You know, so there's a sense that your person is like circling around the truth. They, you know, maybe even desiring to come clean, wanting to be honest, maybe even wanting to express deeper feelings or desires, but they're hesitating. They could even be hiding, maybe even slowly drifting, while they're sorting through their own inner thoughts, inner fears, inner insecurities, and stuff like that. Okay. Let's see. Now we're going to get their overall, well, not their overall, we're going to get their actual thoughts and feelings. I just heard that part. It's an Ozzy Osbourne, the song from Ozzy Osbourne, Mama, I'm Coming Home. Yeah, so that's letting me know your person they're not interested in, like, the Six of Swords is not them wanting to go away from you and from the connection. They actually they're wanting to, you know, to come closer. They're holding themselves back though, okay? Pile 2's person. Pile 2's person's honest, true thoughts and feelings towards Pile 2. Help Pile 2 understand what is going on with this connection. It feels frustrating. I can feel frustration on your guys' side, Pile 2, because I have a feeling you're picking up on a lot of the way, like, some of these, the energy that your person has towards you and towards the connection. I'm almost picking up a stubbornness coming through with your person about keeping it to themselves, though. I'm getting the sense of somebody, and this could be literal, right? But this is coming through more as a metaphor. You know, people who buy things and then keep them in the box, you know? They don't really, you know, they don't really allow, and I'm not talking about people with collector's items, you know, I guess there are some people out there, you know, who buy things that they want, but for some reason, you know, they put it on a shelf or they just let it stay in the box, and their way of enjoying it is just knowing that it's there, right? But there's a sense of not wanting to take it out of the box, because once they take it out of the box, it's like it could get damaged. It could get scuffed up, it could get messed up, it could get broken and all that stuff. And so it's like, I'm just going to keep it in the box, right? And just knowing that it's there, like, yeah, that's their way. Like, that brings them a sense of comfort. And that Six of Swords can also be comfort as well, right? And so, you know, it's like your person isn't allowing themselves to really seize the opportunity and take advantage of the perks and the benefits of this connection. It's, you know, let's get a few more. Your person is definitely being restricted by way of their own comfort zone, and that comfort zone is toxic, and for some I'm hearing it's very toxic. So with your person opening up their reading, the first thing they're saying, their thoughts and feelings, is that the two of you are not right for each other. That's a fear. That's a fear that they have. You know, and going back to that sense of somebody, you know, getting something that they want, but just leaving it in the box on the shelf. It's like, you know, what if I take this out and then it's not what I expected, right? Or what if it's something that I don't have the skill yet to truly handle or enjoy? So it's something like that. I feel it's coming more from a space of fear, though. Like, what if, you know, I allow myself to do a deep dive in this connection with pile 2 and come to find out we're not compatible? Because there's already kind of like an established connection here. There's already some feelings here. And there's a sense of your person fearing being disappointed. Okay? Oh, wow. Okay. Give me a minute, you guys. No, they want to talk about it now. Okay. So out on the board so far, and I still have a couple more cards I need to get. We have We Aren't Right for Each Other, Living Single, We Will Be Together Again, and I Do Honestly Love You. Okay. This is the problem. They're pointing at I do honestly love you. Like, that's the problem. Okay. For some reason, your person is saying like they've already caught feelings. Okay, and your person is saying they caught feelings before they really had a chance to vet you, okay, or to vet the connection, and now they're almost stuck and paralyzed in this space. Like, okay, now they've caught feelings. What if after they vet you in this connection, come to find out, you know, the two of you aren't actually compatible, you don't actually get along, or there's just some fundamental differences in the way you guys maybe see things or live life or something like that, right? Let's get a couple more. Okay, let me get one more. We got two. Okay. Listen, you guys. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Oh, wow. It says, if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. Okay, so, I mean, that's also a fear too. Your person coming through in this shark energy, your person may see themselves as somebody who might often like put their foot in their mouth. They might have a tendency to snap at you or just snap at people. So I'm hearing putting their foot in their mouth, just kind of snapping off. Like whenever they get mad, they just like the filter comes off and they can really do some damage with their words. And I can't even remember. Oh, yeah, because if I could undo the pain I caused you. But that feels more, the energy coming through is that's your person, that's a fear. They fear maybe being triggered and then saying something that they don't mean, saying something that they can't take back, or doing something that they can't take back. And for those of you where that actually happened, your person is letting you know they actually apologize for that. But regardless of whether or not they've done something or they've done any damage to the connection, that's a fear. There's a fear coming through from your person of doing something that's going to hurt you or mess up the connection or push you or this connection past a point of no return. Let me find out what's going on. Let's see. Here we have still heartbroken. The other flip side of that says healing from heartbreak. What's going on with this energy here? It's favoring the side that says still heartbroken. What's going on with this energy right here? Tell me what's going on with this energy. Okay. Something about this connection makes your person feel like it requires some kind of a leap of faith that they are not yet ready to take. The reason being is because there's still some heartbreak that your person's having to work through. It could be their heartbreak, and or it could be, you know, your heartbreak, maybe what they've caused you or what they fear they're going to cause you. But there's some kind of a leap of faith here that your person is very skittish about taking when it comes to you into this connection, okay? With the Fool being clarified by the Queen of Swords in the reverse, yeah, your person, they're not very strong in this Fool energy. They're being held back by fear. Your person is waiting until, whether they're conscious of this or not, it's like they want to take that leap of faith. They have no peace about it, but that peace is coming from a lot of fear. I'm telling you, what I'm picking up on is someone who maybe has had a history of really hurting other people, mostly through their words. Yeah, mostly through their words. Your person just might not see themselves as being like, you know, husband, wife, spouse material, or even, you know, your person, yeah, they could be very mean, especially when they get mad or they get triggered. For some of you, I'm hearing they have some making up to do for some past wrongs, maybe. All right, tell me about we aren't right for each other. Why is that here? Tell me about we aren't right for each other. Why is that here? Okay, yeah. That's what it is. Your person is afraid that maybe the way that they communicate could cause, and maybe it has caused, you know, you're gonna know what resonates for you. There's the essence that's coming through is potential. I'm not largely picking up on energies where a lot of this happened, right? I'm mostly picking up on the potential. Your person is clocking their potential to really do damage to you in this connection, and that's largely what's holding them back. What's coming through is a difference maybe in the way that the two of you communicate, the way you see things, or could be some, okay, some of you might have some polarizing differences that could potentially cause the two of you to get in some really heated arguments and debates. And your person is coming through in this energy, and they're acknowledging this about themselves. Like when they get angry and when they get triggered, you know, they can get very mean. They can hit below the belt. I'm hearing some of them may even resort to like name calling and stuff like that. Somebody that might know what a person's trigger points are, and you know, and they'll use those, okay? And more and more what's coming through with we aren't right for each other, that actually feels like your person saying they aren't right for you, but not just you, but like they're not right for just people in general, especially in a romantic sense, right? And that might be why they're coming through in this energy of wanting to live single, or they are living single. Tell me more about living single. Yeah. The seven of wands. Your person, that's their way of kind of, what are we defending here? Okay, yeah. And this is like your person saying like they're staying single for your benefit, not theirs. Okay. And I feel I feel that's authentic. I feel like that's genuine. I don't feel like that's an excuse so that your person can just go out and play the field. They're literally saying your person sees themselves as someone that doesn't make the best romantic partner. They don't see themselves as spouse material, marriage material. They don't see themselves like that. Your person sees themselves as being very problematic, very difficult to live with, difficult to deal with, stuck in their ways, that kind of energy. But I mean, you know, and so that's kind of their way of like keeping you and even other people safe. Your person could maybe be very much a loner. They could maybe keep to themselves. They're saying the people that do tend to gravitate towards them are other people that are like, they have thick skin, right? Like you would have to have a very thick skin to be able to have any kind of a long-term connection with this person, even if it's just friendship. Okay. Tell me about we will be together again. They're not sure when. Okay. Your person is saying, pile 2, this is not the end of us, right? This is at least their thoughts and their feelings towards you and towards the connection. They don't see it necessarily as being over. They fully expect at some point that the two of you are going to reconnect, but there is some hesitancy coming through in that energy. Timing could possibly be like Leo season, which at the time of this reading, we're right in the middle of Cancer season, so it could be within the next 4 to 6 weeks that you hear from this person. You know, timeless reading. So for those of you that are not watching this at the time that it's released, that's what's coming through. You'll hear from this person within the next 4 to 6 weeks, okay? And or the next fire sign season, okay? And then look, they close the reading with "My heart belongs to you" and "soul snatching sex." Okay. So what they're saying here is that regardless of the way they're coming off, all right, their heart belongs to you, but then also so does, you know, their wand or their taco. Okay. That belongs to you too. All right. And actually what I'm hearing is your person come through saying that they, you know, they don't necessarily want, you know, sex with anybody else or from anyone else, but, you know, I'm not picking up that your person is acting sexually exclusive. That might be a desire to them, but again, they're seeing themselves as someone that just, they're like, I'm not commitment material. I'm not marriage material. It's like, your person's coming through pile 2, like, I'll make your life a living hell. Okay. And so, you know, and they're saying that in a perfect world, the two of you would be together. I mean, they're already saying their heart belongs to you, and, you know, what's that? Their sexual organ. What's another way of saying that without being too graphic? I don't want to get dinged by YouTube, right? That already belongs to you, right? And I'm being brought back to the part of the reading where we were talking about, like, they were not expecting that to happen. There's something here, your person's saying something about vetting you, vetting this connection, but it's for the purposes of seeing whether or not, you know, you would really be able to handle. Oh, they're saying they don't know if you would be able to handle them at their worst. That's okay. That's what that is. Your person pile 2 coming through saying they either have some skeletons in the closet, or there's like a what do they call that? Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or something like that. There's a side of your person you have not seen. You may have seen glimpses of it, but your person is coming through saying you haven't actually seen how bad they can get. And they don't want you to see that side of them. That's why they're kind of floating around in this shark energy, you know. Yeah. They're saying they have the ability to like cut people at their core, and they've done it before, and they don't want to do that to you, because normally they say when that happens, it's happening because they've been triggered, right? And so some people, when they're triggered, they internalize it. Your person externalizes it. They lash out. And when they lash out, like, it cuts deep. Your person is like, you know what I mean? And they don't want to do that to you. They don't, you know, it's not necessarily something about themselves that they're proud of or that they enjoy. Which is why, you know, they're over here in this living single energy. It's like, that's not for them, that's for you, is what they're saying. There's also an energy coming through with, if I can undo the pain I caused you, I would. This is almost the thing. There's a message coming through in that now as well. Like, if they could undo, you know, if they could go back and the two of you, like, you know, not fall in love, because there's an energy here of your personal, like, when they talk about falling in love, like, yeah, that's your person. They unexpectedly fell in love before they had the chance to see whether or not you could handle, you know, being with them day in and day out, to the point of you see them at their worst, and they're like, their worst is really bad. And they're saying there's not many people in your person's life that has been able to make it past that point. You know, like, usually what your person is saying is whenever someone sees that worst of them, they run the other way. And that's not, you know, that so there's a sense of your person wanting, like, if they had given the chance first, they would have vetted you in this connection to see if it would, you know, withstand their worst. But that's not what happened. Yeah, so they're kind of feeling stuck, you guys. All right, pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a minute, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you're not already by hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile 2, I'll see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing another pick a card love reading. We are tapping in and channeling through your person's true, honest thoughts and feelings towards you and the connection at this point in time. This is one of those readings that I do on a weekly basis. It serves as like an energy check-in, just to help you kind of keep the pulse on what is going on between you and your person. All right, you guys? So just keep in mind, pile 3, it's a general reading. So whatever resonates, take it, run with it, do whatever you want to with it. If something isn't quite landing, just keep, you know, drop that and leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. All right, so yeah, and keep in mind, I do offer personal readings if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. All the booking details are in the description box below. Your person is feeling very tense right now. Very anxious and very tense. Ooh, okay. let me get through with this. Oh my gosh, I'm already channeling your person's energy. Holy hell. Does your person have a lot of stuff on their plate right now? Because I'm feeling it. They may even be having so much that they're dealing with. They could be feeling overwhelmed, even to the point of like having stress headaches. Okay. I'm going to have to zone out for a second because my goodness, the energy is really raw here. Where was I at? Yeah, personal readings. All the booking details are in the description box below. I have, oh my gosh, I can't even get my thoughts are getting all jumbled up. Yeah, your person's energy. Okay, let me hold on, you guys. I gotta ground my own energy because your person is coming through, and man, they're kind of, there's something going on with your person, and it may not even be just exclusive to your guys' connection. This just could be where they're at overall. Okay. Anyway, yeah. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25, so go check them out. And I just added more $25 readings to that category, so go see which ones, yeah, work most for you guys. All right, help me ground my energy here. You guys were drawn to the Unakite heart. Something might be going on with your person's heart space too. Okay, so your person's overall energy towards, like their default mood and energy towards you in this connection, they're showing up as the mouse energy. Yeah. Let me check the book on that. I'm pretty sure that's got something to do about being detail oriented, but I'm picking up on almost like a perfectionistic energy coming through with your person too. Something about details, something about perfectionism. Where's mouse? Where is it? Where's the mouse? No. There it is. Okay. Oh, and I just saw nitpicky. Okay. This is detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, and nervous. Yeah, there's that anxiety coming through. The mouse says, the mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Your person is coming through in the kind of energy, and because this is asking their default energy towards you in this connection, your person, it feels like they have this really bad habit of, so with the Four of Wands, I'm sensing that the connection between the two of you could be solid. Could be fun, could be exciting, could be happy, could be joyful, but your person has this, I'm hearing, okay, I don't know if this is your energy or their energy coming through, but when I'm speaking and channeling you guys, if something comes across in a particular kind of way, if it feels harsh or anything like that, just know it's not necessarily coming from me. And if I catch it, I'll try to, I'll try to, like, you know, maybe deliver it in a way that's not so harsh. But, and I just, oh, insane. Like your person has this insane ability to take something that is beautiful and just nitpick it to death, right? Like I'm seeing somebody with a beautiful, gorgeous flower, right? Not only do they pick the flower out of the ground, but they sit there and they pick the petals off one by one. And then when they're done picking off the petals, they look at the flower like, it's not a flower anymore, right? Like it's, you know, like it's the flower's fault that it got picked out of the ground and then all the petals taken off of it, right? It's a very frustrating energy to be in. And I feel like that's what your person does, not just to you guys, because I am picking up on this being a very general energy with your person. This is just kind of their personality, not just how they are with you, but how they are with everything, including themselves, right? And so what's coming through is your person literally does not have the ability to just enjoy themselves. They're always nitpicking stuff. Because yeah. Anyway, what does it say? Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon, they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. Yeah. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that is worthy of your exacting eye. And that feels like that's more geared towards you, that little bit of, you know, like you stepping away, right? Because your person, for whatever reason, is just in this very bad, they're in a very bad habit of just picking away at everything. Like there's an energy coming through of your person, like nothing makes them happy, right? Nothing that, not just you. I don't know why I'm feeling a need to not speak directly about you and your guys' connection, but maybe it's because this feels like how they are with everything, right? And so, okay, that's why that is. There's an energy coming through pile 3. Whatever comes out here, please don't take it personal or make it mean something personal about yourself, because your person has this problem. Okay, because I'm seeing you as this really gorgeous flower, right? And your person seeing you as this gorgeous flower, admiring you as this gorgeous flower, but then they pluck you out of the ground where you get your nutrients, right? Where you get everything that you need to thrive and flourish and stuff like that. And then not only do they pluck you out of the ground, they sit there and they pick apart all, you know, the petals, and then they get mad at you for not looking like a flower anymore. They're the ones that fucking did it, right? And so there's a message and guidance coming through for you, pile 3. No matter what you're going through with this person, please don't take it personally. I know that's easier said than done, but this truly is your person's problem. Like, they take beautiful things and then tarnish them, pick them apart. And if they can't pick it apart, they'll just come up with things to complain about. They'll make shit up, is what I'm hearing, okay? Yeah, they take something that could be very beautiful, and I feel like it has something, yeah, very controlling, okay? Oh, okay, so I'm seeing that flower scenario again, and they're saying that they picked the flower because they don't want anybody else to have it, but then it's like they pick the petals off of the flower to maybe make the flower less appealing to other people. That is so narcissistic. That is such, you know, and I don't throw around that word. This is, here's a trigger warning coming through. It's not going to resonate for all of you, okay? Narcissism and, like, abusive is coming through with your person's energy, just overall. Your person, the energy that I'm getting from your person, pile 3, they're the kind of person, like, misery loves company. They don't like competition. They don't like people. They don't like feeling like someone's got it better than they do. Jealousy is coming through in your person's energy. Like, if you ever get compliments or they see you with, you know, if you're getting compliments, if you're getting accolades, you know, your person is not the kind of person to celebrate wins with you. They're the kind of person, you know, to kind of like, you know, like, whatever, you know what I mean? It's kind of giving that mean girl energy. I mean, whether it's a male or female or however they might identify, it's that kind of an energy. It's kind of yucky. I'm gonna be honest, pile 3. The energy coming through with your person is very yucky. Let's see, pile 3's person. Pile 3's person's true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 3 at this time. The number 7 is coming through, which could stand for, like, the, let's see, it could be July, which at the time of this reading, we are in July. The number 7, though, is significant coming through. Could be a life path 7. First card out, I feel so foolish for fumbling you. Okay, so right off the bat, there is some accountability coming through, and your person is starting to see what they've done. They're starting to recognize how they operate, what they do, how they take something beautiful, and because of some underlying fear or wounding, they pick it apart until it's not to them, or maybe just in general, or until they feel like it's not beautiful to anyone else, right? And this could be for those of you with the Four of Wands being in the reverse. You may have walked away from this connection. You may have cut this person loose. I am picking up on, you know, dynamics here where this person just could never be satisfied. But they did that themselves. I'm literally hearing someone who may have, you know, even made up things in their mind to be upset about. They feel very foolish for that now. So I'm hearing there's some retrospection going on, like they're looking at they're what do they call? They're in introspection in retrospect, right? They're looking back in reflection over how they treated you, how they picked you apart, how, you know, how they contributed to the breakdown of this connection. They may even be waking up to like their own perfectionism and how it's getting in the way of them being able to enjoy life, just really, right? Tell me more. Pile 3's person's honest thoughts and feelings. Oh, I'm hearing your person doesn't want to talk about their thoughts and feelings. They're afraid of saying the wrong thing and saying it in the wrong way because that's how it's been, right? Your person may just have this weird subconscious thing that won't let them really enjoy like a Four of Wands connection with somebody. And so yeah, okay, so a lot of this your person may not even, you know, they might realize it now, again, looking back in retrospect, right? They're starting to see like, you know, why things were going so good, why did I handle things the way that I did? Why did I communicate things the way that I did? Why did I frame things when I was talking to pile 3 in the way that I did? Because what's coming up is that subconsciously they're doing things to kick up dust between the two of you, things that trigger you, right? So your person could be feeling triggered, and their way of neutralizing or discharging the energy making up that trigger is to lash out, right? And so, you know, or it could just be a thing too if they saw you feeling happy and joyful, even in connection with them, like, right? Because I'm picking up misery loves company, even though, you know, they're recognizing that you're happy because things between the you and your person are going well. It's still, you know, hard for your person, even if it's just subconsciously, to see you happy regardless of who or what is causing it. And so they don't know why they say things the way that they do. They're catching it now. If they did fumble you, if you did walk away, they can't stop thinking about maybe something that they've done or that they said, or the ways that they screwed up the connection between the two of you. Well, we're going to clarify though. We got no one compares to you. It came out with talking shit about you, okay? We're going to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, you know, and this could possibly be, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean they're talking shit about you to others. They could just be talking shit about you to themselves, right? That's that kind of energy. Again, misery loves company. They could be talking that about you to your face. But we'll see what context that's coming out in. It's that nitpicking energy that I'm picking up on. Like, they can never be happy, never be satisfied. You know, they could tell you exactly what they want, and then you deliver it with 100% precision and accuracy, and they're gonna find something else. You know, they'll either switch up the game, they'll either switch up what it was that they wanted, or they'll just find something else to complain and be mad about, right? Let's get a few more. This is a miserable, miserable person, okay? Again, misery loves company. So they can't stand seeing other people happy when they're miserable. You included, okay? That's not a you problem. Ah, there we go. Now we're getting down to the core root issue here. Let's get one more. Avoidant attachment. Ah, to the extreme, okay? Your person's an avoidant attachment to the extreme. Yeah, there's something going on with your person's nervous system that for whatever reason, and it does happen, you know, just the slightest bent, just the slightest hint of joy, not just outside of them, but inside your person. Your person's nervous system may not allow them to feel joy and peace and calmness. This feels largely, yeah, definitely with this mouse energy and the Four of Wands in the reverse, your person is very much in survival mode. Definitely being hijacked by some kind of nervous system dysregulation, some kind of avoidant, insecure attachment style, even to the point of being narcissistic, dismissive. This is some brutal, miserable energy I'm tapping into with your person. But I mean, there is some, you know, there is just, it's so tiny, but there's like a little bit, just a little bit, like a light at the end of the tunnel, because the fact that we have, I feel so foolish for fumbling you. Okay, so let me just tell you what's out on the board. We got, I feel so foolish for fumbling you, can't stop thinking about it. We got two cards that came out together, no one compares to you, and then also talking shit about you. We also have, we aren't right for each other. I don't feel like I'm good enough for you, and then avoidant attachment. That's the problem. Your person has some very deep-rooted self-worthiness issues. And they are the kind of person to externalize those issues rather than internalize them. So they lash out. So they're the kind of person, I'm miserable, I'm going to make everybody else around me miserable. That's the kind of person. And people who aren't keyed in, or, you know, people who aren't very solid in their own sense of self-worth and what they bring to the table, especially if it's someone that, you know, is attached to this kind of a personality, is going to tend to take what this person says to heart. And there's just this energy and this guidance coming through pile 3. Please don't take this person's, you know, projections. Don't take their projections at heart, okay? What's can't stop thinking about it? Tell me more about can't stop thinking about it. I'm gonna, you know, this feels like your person feeling like they need to, like, knock you down a few pegs. It's not the nicest of energies. But this also feels like like your person starting to take accountability. Again, there's a little bit of a light at that end of the tunnel, or maybe there's finally been some cracks in whatever that programming is that has caused your person to be in this mouse energy, right? Still there, still very strong, you know, but there are some cracks happening, and some truth and some light is starting to get through. Because they are able now to look back in retrospect and see how they managed to mess up what could have been a really good thing. They can't stop thinking about maybe their defenses towards you and how that caused them to show up in a way that resulted in them fumbling you in this connection. What's no one compares to you and talking? What's this energy here? There's something that they see in you, pile 3, that both intrigues them, inspires them, right? And also pisses them off, because it's almost a thing in your person where there's like envy and jealousy coming through. So let me double check with no one compares to you. What's that energy there? There's something about you, there's something that you do, or there's just a way that you are that seems very high value, like top tier. And there may be some, I'm picking up energies of like people who, because they are high value and top tier, they have high value and top tier connections, friendships, whatever, right? Your person sees you just naturally commanding respect, right, from other people. Something like that coming through, and that makes them so mad. But therefore, you know, and for those of you where that doesn't resonate, there's just something coming through. You're really good at something, okay? You could just be really good, like in general, right? But there's, you know, if you have some kind of a skill that garners you, that gets you like a lot of respect, a lot of accolades, a lot of acknowledgement, it really makes your person mad. It's one of those things like, they wish they could be like you, and they want to punish you for that. Oh, wow. For some of you, you're very resilient. Like you've been hurt and betrayed, or you've been able to take maybe some of the hurtful things that have happened to you in the past, or you've been able to overcome something, you've been able to bounce back, right? And for some of you, it's been in a very big way, and for some reason, your person like holds that against you. Very petty, very petty. Tell me about we aren't right for each other. Oh, yeah, because you know your worth. That's fucked up. Your person says, file 3, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm sitting with my real close group of friends, and we're just having this conversation back and forth, because let me tell you, your person does not like the fact that you know your worth. You know you have options, that, you know, and for those of you where you walked away, right, they're mad. To them, it looked like you were able to like move on fairly quickly, like you were able to just move on and get over it. But them saying that the two of you aren't right for each other, being clarified by the Queen of Wands, that's saying like, yeah, because it's coming out right next to, I don't feel like I'm good enough for you. See, there's a lot of projection going on here. Your person prefers you to be in this energy with them. They want you to feel like you're not good enough for them, because that's how they feel about themselves. There's a lot of projection going on in your person's energy, right? And so with what we were channeling earlier with no one compares to you and talking shit about it, this is what they're talking shit about. You and this Queen of Wands energy, you being just naturally magnetic, naturally charismatic. A lot of you guys, you just know how to like talk to people. For some of you, your person has seen other people just be captivated in your presence. They're jealous of that. This energy you guys are embodying, right, with the Queen of Wands energy here, they're jealous of that. Okay, they want to be you. For many of you, your person wants to be you, and they are pissed off that they're not. Okay, And so that's why they're saying we aren't right for each other, because pile 3, you know your worth. You know what you deserve, and you know what you want and how you want to be treated, and you know they feel like you're not right for each other, because the kind of person they're probably looking for is someone that they can nitpick, somebody that they can beat down, like, you know, obviously not literally, but, you know, someone that they can make feel bad about themselves, somebody that they can, you know, tear down and stuff like that. And you coming through in Queen of Wands energy, regardless of what you may have been like before, and now they're seeing you as somebody, you know, I'm not picking up on an energy from you guys where you're like super confrontational, but there is, because I'm not picking up any like Queen of Swords or King of Swords energy. There's just this thing here where it's like, okay, if that's how you're going to play, that's fine. I'm just going to move on the other way. You may not even let this person know. You could just be the kind of person like, oh, I see how you're moving, I'm just going to go the other way, right? No confrontation. It's like your way of confronting your person is just by walking out the door. Tell me more about, we were moving too fast, and then we're going to close out your guys' reading. They weren't ready to learn. Yeah, and they're not ready. With the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, clarifying this, your person, they're stuck in preschool, right? And for whatever reason, they're having a very difficult time learning their lesson and moving on to the next phase of life. Heavy on the ego and pride, heavy on some kind of wounding that they're having a very difficult time getting past. Heavy on projection, you guys. So again, you know, and then we're going to close the reading up with this. Please don't take anything your person says. And many of you, in the Queen of Wands energy, you're not anymore, at least, right? You're not taking this, anything that this person says or does against you and against a connection as too serious, right? Especially if, you know, they might just be biting down in terms of just words and communication. Now, many of you just walked away. You don't even bother to, you know, battle this person back and forth, you know, in terms of communication. Because you're seeing, you could be, and it does feel like, you know, you could be feeling like right now your person in this connection is a lost cause. You could feel like talking to your person, or maybe explaining things or explaining yourself to your person is just like talking to a brick wall, right? All right, pile 3, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. And look what just showed up at the bottom of the deck. King of Wands in the reverse. Again, your person does not feel like they measure up to you. And rather than look at themselves and, you know, be like, okay, what do I need to change about myself in order to match, you know, the Queen of Wands energy, they make you the problem, or other people the problem. Okay, very much projection. But anyway, yeah, comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Become part of the family if you want to by hitting the subscribe button, and don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile 3, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye guys.